Hello and welcome to Marketing in the Matrix. My name is Fletcher and I'll be your host today. This is a video in a series of videos about online marketing for your local business or practice. Today we will be talking about setting up Google Authorship. In a nutshell, Google Authorship was created to develop a sense of transparency through Google searches and Google's social network, Google+. By implementing Google Authorship onto your website, essentially you're co-signing the content and design of your website and or article. Now let's find an example of how Google Authorship can help with search results. Notice in this Google search for Chicago chiropractic care and nutrition, the first result is a Dr. Kaylin from Universal Health Source in Chicago. This happens to be a Chiromatrix web marketing client that has been set up with Google Authorship. Notice that within the search, Dr. Kaylin's photo appears embedded in the organic return. It appears with more of an authoritative view on the content, as right there within the organic search, her Google Plus profile is displayed. Now that you know a little bit more about Google Authorship, I'd like to guide you through the steps of verifying Google Authorship onto your website. The verification is a two-step process that involves Google Plus and HTML coding on your website. So let's start with Google Plus. Notice that we're at our Google Plus profile page rather than a Google Plus page specifically for the business or practice. When you're setting up Google Authorship, you want to make sure that you're setting it up for an individual, as they are just that, an author. Now, the important piece to setting up your Google Plus profile is scrolling down into your profile after you edit it and setting up a contributor to link. Essentially, you're telling Google Plus that you are a contributor to this domain name and that you are standing behind the content on this website. After you've set up your contributor to link, now simply take note of the top 21-digit number on your Google Plus profile. This is going to be important for setting it up into our HTML coding snippet. That brings us to step 2 of Google Authorship. Notice the code with the rel equals author tag. This is very important because after we've set up our Google Plus profile, we now need to code to Google that our website is in fact syncing with this Google Plus profile. Simply substitute the X's in the snippet with your 21-digit Google Plus profile. The second part to this snippet, you'll notice the name on the right-hand side. I would recommend putting the exact author's name, so in this case, Dr. Kaylin Kubski. Now that you have your snippet ready to go, simply copy and paste that into your website. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can implement this source code into every individual article that this author has written, or you can implement it onto every single page, every single article throughout the board. The differences between the article and every page really depends on how many authors are responsible for your website's content. In this case, she's the only author, and so we will put this authorship onto every single page. Now, the last piece to Google Authorship is testing it with Google Tools Rich Snippet Testing. Simply go to Google Tools Rich Snippet Testing and put in your domain name, run the search, and this Google tool will display whether your Google Authorship has been properly set up. If there was an error here or there, it does a good job at telling you what you've done wrong. If you've done it correctly, you should see your picture there at the bottom displayed as it would in a search result. Now, typically, to get search results with your photo, your Google Authorship photo embedded within the organic results, it takes about 3 to 5 days for Google to re-index your content and recognize the Google Authorship tags. I hope that you've learned a little bit more about Google Authorship today, and I'd like to thank you for your time. Again, my name is Fletcher. And if you have any further questions, or you'd simply like to talk to one of our sales representatives, simply call 1-800-IMATRIX or visit us online at www imatrix.com. Thank you.